everyone, welcome back to ErikaBuilds and another Sims 4 speed build. Today I have a large family home for you guys that I've built with the theme of summertime. This cul-de-sac in Willow Creek, where I'm building right now, has turned into sort of a little project of mine over the last week or so, where I've been making the neighborhood sort of match, I guess. Well, at least they're sort of matching because all of the houses have a very spring and summer sort of vibe to them. They're a lot of pastel colors and a lot of flowers and just definitely giving me just a spring and summer type feeling when I look around at all the houses on this street. So I had one lot left, and if you watched my tiny home video last week, I was talking about how I had a green and a blue and a pink and a gray and a white house already on this street. So I had this one lot left, which was the biggest one. It's a 40 by 30. And so I wanted to find a house that would go with the other houses around it, that would have that same sort of spring and summer feel to it, but that would be big enough to fit on this 40 by 30, which is kind of difficult because a lot of times when I find houses that are really big, they tend to be rustic or modern or like mansion style. It's hard to find just like typical family homes, suburban family homes that are big enough for a lot this big. So anyway, hopefully that made sense. So anyway, I found this photo online, just on Google Images, and I thought this looked like it would be perfect to fill this last lot on the cul-de-sac. And if you follow me on Instagram, I shared a photo of the real house with like a side-by-side comparison to the one that I'm building here. If you'd like to go and take a look, my username over there on Instagram is ErikaBuilds. By the way, today I just hit 8,000 followers, so that was amazing. It's like unbelievable to me because when I started that account, I think it was at the end of January, it was like late January, early February, I honestly did not think anybody would be following me at all. And I think I just lucked out because the like algorithm for Instagram kept grabbing my pictures and putting them on the explore page. And I don't know how that works, and I don't know how to make it happen. It just sometimes happens. And so I started getting followers and I was just shocked. I don't know, I just couldn't believe it. So here I am now, 8,000 followers, unbelievable. I'm really excited about that. When I get to 10,000, I'll be able to do that little swipe up thingy in the stories, which I'm really excited about because I can put my YouTube videos in there. But anyway, I'm not even talking about the house. But as you can see, the house is coming together pretty quickly. I decided to go with yellow because it was the one house color on the street in like the pastel sort of rainbow that I didn't have represented. So I chose yellow, but then I also kept with some gray and black and white. A lot of the houses on the street have white columns and white porches and white fencing, and so that's kind of a theme of the neighborhood. So anyway, this house, like I said, pretty big. It has 4 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms, as well as a basement. So you could even have more bedrooms if you have the need of more space. But then all the other typical, rooms that you would expect. There's a living room, dining room. There's a large kitchen that's like an eat-in style kitchen. There's an office that I've made into like a hobby room. There's a good sized laundry room. There are 2 porches. Then down in the basement, there's a large home theater. And then outside, there's a pool and a basketball court. And then I used a bunch of stuff from the backyard stuff pack for summer. So there's like a slip and slide and all kinds of fun stuff back there. So I think it all turned out really well. You can see I'm working on the floor plan, and this house was kind of a weird shape. This is the only sort of downside to like replicating real houses, is that sometimes the shapes are just kind of strange, and it took me a long time to sort of partition this one off, and I wasn't really sure what I was doing for a while. Well, who am I kidding? I rarely know what I'm doing, but I had some extra struggles here just getting this floor plan to work out. But in the end, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. But mainly all the living areas on this first floor, and then the master bedroom is on this floor, and then all the other kids' bedrooms are upstairs. So as you first come in, I made the entryway kind of divides into, so there's like a living room on the right as you come in, and then the dining room is on the left, which is pretty standard. I do that quite often. And then as you kind of walk around the corner by the staircase, you come right into the kitchen. So when I was thinking about summertime, blue and yellow is what popped into my head. I don't know why, I just associate it with summer, but maybe it's because of lemonade and blueberry pie, I don't know. But it just seems like a very summery color scheme. So blue and yellow is, you know, kind of an overarching theme of the whole entire house, this kitchen especially. And I chose that yellow table with chairs to match from the laundry day stuff pack. And then all of the counters are blue from Parenthood, and then yellow curtains are from Parenthood. And then for the dining room, I went with the coordinating blue to sort of like, I've talked about this before in other videos, but when I have an archway between the kitchen and the dining room, I really like for those rooms to match. And as you see, I started with this cats and dogs set with that Jungle Adventure hutch, which I use that quite often, but something about it was just not, I don't know, it didn't look bad, but it just, I don't know, it just wasn't exactly what I wanted. So I ended up going back and getting the Parenthood table and chairs because, well, for a couple of reasons. Number one, the table's a little bit smaller, which I liked for this room. And then the chair backs are the exact same blue as the kitchen counters and the wainscoting. So it's matching. So I'm really excited about that now. So now I feel like these rooms are really coordinated. And I'm just continuing on pulling out things in blue and yellow. So that rug is blue from Cats and Dogs, and then the blue curtains from Parenthood. Later, I added some yellow flowers on that table. So then there's a blue rug underneath the yellow chairs in the kitchen. So you're seeing now, I'm just going crazy with the blue and yellow everywhere. And then this family has a cat and a dog. I just pictured in this, I don't know why, but in summertime, I just think about like pets, and maybe it's because the kids are out of school and they're just having fun with the family. And so I was picturing pets in the equation. So I made sure there was all the necessary pet items. And then this kitchen was so big, it actually worked out that I could do a counter, a bar counter, and the eat-in kitchen table as well, which I really like because now you've got multiple areas to sit. So you can kind of picture the kids maybe at the counter at breakfast or after school doing their homework or whatever. But then maybe, you know, on a Sunday morning, everybody sits at that table in the kitchen for breakfast. And then of course, more formal dining occasions or Thanksgiving dinner or whatever, you've got the dining room, which I don't know how it is at your house, but at my house, we don't really use the dining room very often, usually only for holidays or special occasions. So I don't know, we always eat in the kitchen or just eat in front of the TV. So the dining room just kind of looks pretty. And then as I'm pulling out decor for the kitchen, all blue and yellow. So I've got the yellow sunflowers, I've got the yellow handles on the steak knives, I've got the blue dish drying rack, I've got the yellow kitchen towel, I've got yellow flowers, I've got, you get the picture, right? It's all blue and yellow. So blue and yellow overload in this kitchen. I had trouble finding a rug. I put that sort of yellow and aqua one there at first, but later I ended up coming back and taking that out and putting in a different rug. I was having trouble finding one that was the right shade of yellow. But anyway, that little step ladder with plants is from Backyard Stuff Pack, and then the blue and yellow wreaths and the potted plants are from Seasons. And then those yellow flowers there at the end of the bar are from Cool Kitchen Stuff. So it's all blue and yellow, but it's all from different packs. That picture I hung in the dining room with the sun, that's from Seasons. So we're sticking with the same color scheme, but really pulling stuff out of many, many different packs. And I've said this before, but just as a reminder, all of my homes are just unlimited packs. I just use whatever packs I want, unless I specify in the description that it's one certain pack, like base game or restricted packs. I will always tell you if it's going to be restricted. So if it doesn't say anything, because people ask me this all the time, if it doesn't say anything, then just assume it's all packs. So out here in the living room, I wanted to use quite a bit of blue in here, and I did a combination of Parenthood with cats and dogs. The blues are slightly off. The cats and dogs blue has a little bit more gray in it, I think, than the Parenthood blue. But once I adjusted the lighting and brightened it, there, you see, I took the yellow color out of the lighting. I think it helped the blues to match. For some reason, that kind of yellowish tint to the lights was making that gray blue more gray. I don't know if that makes sense, but anyway, adjusting lights is always a great way to make all your colors blend together better. So in here, I'm keeping it very family friendly. This house doesn't really have any rooms that I would consider formal. There's lots of toys for the kids, toys for the pets, just a very lived in, family friendly type of house. I really wanted it to fit this neighborhood. I just imagine that this cul-de-sac is full of kids, full of families, and this is not going to be where you'll find, the super fancy put together rooms. It's going to be mostly like a lot of clutter and a lot of kids stuff, and just very lived in. So hopefully you like that kind of house, because I really do. I guess it just feels more realistic to me when I'm playing. Obviously I do have some modern homes or like apartments that are very, kind of sleek and ultra modern. But when it comes to family houses, I just like them to feel very comfortable. So over here, I've made a side entrance coming into like a laundry room / mudroom. My last few houses have not had laundry rooms in them. So I was really excited to build this laundry room. I felt like I hadn't made one in days. So again, Jungle Adventure plus the Laundry Day Stuff Pack, my go-to Suburban home laundry room packs to use. And I think this turned out really cute. So as you come in, there's like an area where the kids can toss their backpacks, and then in that larger cabinet I just put just a bunch of like random junk and stuff boxes. And if you go into like the search mode and just type in box, it'll bring up all kinds of random boxes, or you can type in crate. That's another word I like to use. It will go through and pull out all different kinds of like filing boxes, storage boxes. Some of the stuff is from like Get to Work. Some is from City Living. And then I put a lunchbox up there as well. So when you type in the word box, it'll even bring up entries that have the word box in it. So like lunchbox. So that's kind of a little shortcut if you're looking to just clutter up a cabinet or something. I do that a lot. And so sticking with a very family-friendly design in here as well. And then just outside of this, kind of in between the kitchen and the laundry room, is a sort of like office / hobby room. And the way I kind of envisioned this is I didn't really picture it like an office for working. I pictured it more of like a place where anyone in the family would maybe come and sit to use the computer or pay bills, or, you know, just kind of a multi-purpose office for the whole family, plus hobbies. Since it was a big room, I had plenty of space. I decided to go with like an easel and a chess table and an aquarium and all different kinds of like hobby items. And actually there's more space left over in this room if you have additional hobbies. Like maybe you want to put in like a drawing table or something. There's still some room left. It was just a big sort of space that I didn't really know what to do with. So I just kind of threw a bunch of stuff in there. And this bookcase is from the patch update. You're used to seeing that all the time, I know, and the desk and the chair. Still using it. You can see I played around with the idea of closing that office, or dividing that office in two, where I was going to separate the desk area from the hobby area. But I ended up not doing that. But if you want to use it as like a work from home type office for like a freelancer, you could put a wall there pretty easily and a door if you want to make it more private. Okay, so right in between the hobby room and the laundry room, there is a downstairs bathroom, which it's a full-sized bathroom that could just be used for anyone, guests or whoever. It's just kind of the main guest bath for the first floor. And here you can see I'm adding some of those hobby items. This wallpaper is from Cats and Dogs. I feel like this wainscoting matches the floor really well. Actually, at the end of the build, I changed these floors. I have kind of a love-hate relationship with these Cats and Dogs floors. I really love them, but also they almost don't look like wood to me. They almost look like, what's that like faux wood you use? I can't think of, like, I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. Like the wood floors that are not really wood, but they just kind of look like wood. That's the way I kind of feel like this swatch looks. So I ended up at the end switching it to a more grainy sort of wood floor that I like better. Anyway, you'll see that at the end. So this is the master bedroom, which is on the first floor. It's the only bedroom on the first floor. And in here, again, I'm going with the same blue. I mean, all these blues are fairly close. This one is a little bit brighter blue. But I think it's still, you know, within the realm of matching the rest of the theme. But this bed and nightstands are from Cats and Dogs. And that rug is from Backyard Stuff Pack. I used a lot of Backyard Stuff Pack in this house. It has a very bright, cheerful sort of summer vibe that I like. For the curtains, I just went with Seasons, and those lamps are also Seasons. And then there's a ceiling fan in here. That's really helpful in the summertime. And then for the furniture, just standard chest and dresser with some various decor and makeup and toiletries and things like that. This is a pretty big bedroom though, so if you had something else you wanted to add in here, there is some extra space. Actually, a lot of the rooms in this house are pretty big, so it's kind of nice if you've got a family that you want to move, but you still have a lot of things that they want to bring with them. I think this would work. So on the nightstands, I'm just adding a few things, books and clocks and stuff like that, and a few pieces of art and a little more decor, and then this room will be done. It's been a few days since I posted a video because I made a bunch of base game builds this week, and I didn't film myself building them because, well, for a couple of reasons. Number one, I wasn't sure exactly what I was building. I just sat down at the computer and started just kind of going with it. And so I didn't bother to record it because I really didn't know what I was going to build or what it was going to turn out to be. And I ended up building 4 houses. I don't know what came over me. I've been hearing over and over that people want more base game stuff. And they had announced that earlier that day that The Sims 4 was free, which if you didn't know, right now you can get The Sims 4 for free. So if you don't have it, which if you're watching this, I'm guessing you probably do, but maybe if you need another copy or maybe a friend or a family member would like to play the game, it is free right now, which is great. And so I was thinking, okay, now I feel the pressure that I need to put some base game builds in my catalog. And so I sat down and I ended up making 4 houses. I made a base game starter house. Then I made a base game modern house, and then I did a base game house that was kind of like desert, sort of Oasis Springs house, and then I made another base game, just kind of a small cute pink house. And I really had a lot of fun with that one because I ended up kind of envisioning that it was for a single mom who had a baby. So I made like this little nursery inside of her bedroom, which I think turned out really cute. So I was kind of missing from YouTube for a few days, but I got a lot of stuff done. And that's one thing I will remind you to definitely follow me in the gallery. My ID is ErikaBuilds, and you will see a lot more things than what you will see here on YouTube, because here is kind of just what I consider like the showcase, I guess, of my builds, like things that are more challenging or bigger projects or stuff that I'm building for someone, things like that. But I'm also still building every day, just random stuff. So make sure you're following me, because who knows, there might be something there that you will like. So if you're looking for base game builds, there's 4 new ones I just put in there yesterday. Anyway, I'm talking and not talking about the build. So upstairs, as you can see, working on the kids' bedrooms. So this one is mostly in blues. Again, I'm still thinking of that blue theme carrying from the first floor up here to the second floor. And this room was a little bit funky shaped. It was kind of L-shaped because of the way I was following the edge of the staircase. But I kind of like L-shaped kids' rooms because it always gives you a really nice area to put the desk. And then right next door to this room is a toddler room, which is small, but toddlers don't need a lot of space, so it worked out pretty well. And then there's one other bedroom up here that has its own bathroom, and then there's a hall bath that these 2 bedrooms share that's just across the hall. As I said at the beginning of the video, there is a basement in this house as well. So if you have a larger family, like maybe some teens or young adults in the family or grandparents or whatever, there is room to add more rooms downstairs. And one thing that I was doing a lot of last year, I haven't been doing it as much lately, but they're all still in the gallery, is I was doing a lot of just like building rooms, like not in houses. So if you're ever wanting to like expand a home, either one of my houses or one of your own houses, I do have quite a few bedrooms and living rooms and dining rooms, just individual rooms that are in my catalog listings. So sometimes I will just, if I'm working on something and I think, oh, I really need another bedroom, I'll just go into my listings and just download one of those bedrooms and just drop it in, and it's done. Okay, so this bedroom is mostly purple, and I am obsessed with this desk and chest that match. I never noticed how nicely that desk with the sort of inlaid lilac flowers matches that chest of drawers. I don't know why. I don't think I've ever put those two things together before, but they look really nice together. And those are from Parenthood. And the bed and the nightstand are also from they're also from Parenthood. And then I gave this child a little music corner with a keyboard and a guitar and a microphone. This room's pretty good size. There was enough room for this kind of desk area and the music area. And then I also put like a little toy area with a toy box. So plenty of room. And then this bedroom has its own bathroom, which I also did in purple. So super cute. I really like how this turned out. And I love how this wallpaper is like, starts out blue at the top and goes to purple at the bottom, because I think it looks really nice next to the blue room next door. So if you're like looking at the house from overhead, which I do that all the time when I'm building, I'm always looking like there I was doing it just there. I'm always looking down at the house and sort of seeing how all the rooms go together and making sure everything makes sense. So I just thought that swatch of paint looked really nice. And here's this bathroom with the purple. Actually, it's more of like a lavender than a purple. Lavender and gray. This is all Parenthood in here also. So I think this is a really cute bathroom. And then I just shrunk those Parenthood curtains down one click so they would fit on those triple windows. And then one more bathroom up here. This is the shared bathroom for the blue room and the toddler room. So it's kind of big, and I went with this sort of nautical sea theme with the whales, but I got kind of inspired to try something different here because I really wanted two sinks. Because when I have a bathroom where two kids share, I kind of like the idea of them both, brushing their teeth at the same time or getting ready for school at the same time or whatever. And so I was thinking, okay, how is this going to work? Because I really want two sinks here, but I also wanted some kind of cabinet. So I was playing around with that one from Laundry Day and that other little cabinet from Parenthood, and then it just wasn't working. And so then, just kind of by accident, I found these kitchen counters that I think turned out really cute. And I just dropped two sinks in the top of those and kind of made this little built-in sink area. And then I put some tile behind it to make like a backsplash, and I think it turned out really cute. And there's like mirrors there. So I just imagined that the two kids would be sharing this bathroom, but plenty of space for them both to be in there at the same time. And then of course the regular toilet and the little potty seat since we have a toddler. Couple of robes, and yeah, I just think that bathroom turned out really cute, and I love blue and white. So I think that is the end of the second floor. And so now I was working in the yard, and then I ended up cutting most of this out because this video was getting so long. And so what I did, there you go. So there you go. Voila, it's all done. So there's the pool and a basketball court and a slip and slide in the backyard. And this house has a huge yard, so that worked out well that I had plenty of space to put all of these things. And then here you'll see where I was changing the floors to this more rough cut wood, which I think I like better than the cats and dogs floor. And I was changing out this rug at the entryway because I didn't like the one that was there. I'm always doing that at the end as I'm kind of like giving everything a once over, you know? It's like I realize, I don't think I like this. So here at the end, what I decided to do is kind of slow things down. As you can see, we are not sped up right now. And give you a little bit of a tour of what I did, because since I'm not putting the landscaping in the video like as I'm doing it, I thought it would be kind of nice to just show you what I did. So anyway, these flowers are mostly all red and yellow and orange and white because I felt like that looked really nice with the yellow siding. And then I was pulling out stuff from that backyard stuff pack. So I've got the bird feeder and the bird house, and then I tucked a little flower arranging table over there. So as I'm thinking about this theme of summertime, I'm thinking about, what is going to keep the family outside enjoying the outdoors. And so this nice big basketball court here they've got a little cooler and a bench. There's some gardening plots over here by the side entrance, which I kind of like the idea of putting gardening plots by a side entrance, because I just figure if you want to go out and pull some herbs or something as you're cooking, it's just super close. But anyway, a couple things I just wanted to tell you guys before we get to the end, because we're almost to the end. I am going to be out of town for a long time in June. I'm going to Japan, and I'm going to be gone for over 2 weeks, right at the same time as EA Play, and when we're probably getting an announcement about the next expansion pack. So I'm kind of sad because I'm not even going to take my laptop with me to Japan. I don't even want to be tempted to download the expansion pack or play. Here's the theater. This is all the basement here. I'm just giving you a little tour because I didn't record myself building it, but I wanted you guys to see what I did. And there's like a popcorn machine down there and a little area for the pets and like an unfinished basement. But anyway, I am going to be gone for a couple of weeks, so don't think I've abandoned my channel. I will be back, I promise, and I'll do a ton of new builds for you guys with the new expansion pack. I hear that it might be Tropical Paradise. I don't know if that's been confirmed, but if it is, I'm really, really excited because I love building beach houses and tropical themed houses. So I'm going to build so much stuff for you guys. You're going to just be overloaded. But so don't worry if you don't see me for a couple of weeks. I'm going to be leaving right after the 1st of June, and I won't be back till closer to the end of June. But I wanted to give you a heads up just so you'll know I didn't disappear. And so yeah, I hope you guys like this house. I do think it turned out really cute, and I like the summery, bright, cheerful family home sort of vibe going on here. And this is in the gallery if you want to download it. My ID is ErikaBuilds, as well as all the other houses in this cul-de-sac. They are in the gallery as well. The pink one is called, see, I should have written these down. It's like pink base game house. Then the blue one is the tiny home. And the green one is my springtime suburban family home. And then the white and gray one is my little Simsies shell house challenge house. So if you want to recreate this cul-de-sac in your game, you can. You can download all those if you'd like. So thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more builds from me, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter. My ID is ErikaBuilds. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.